Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Hope you guys are having a great day today. We're going to start something very important to me. It's very near and dear in my heart. We're going to start it back up again today. And it was the A through Z series that I did for Heroes of the Storm. We did this last year and it ended right about the time of BlizzCon. There's more heroes in the game, so I thought I would start a little bit earlier. But it's just about going in, talking about the character, talking about the history of the character. Specifically this time we're going to talk about where they were a year ago. And kind of how they've changed over that time. We're not trying to get the best matches here. I'm not trying to make myself look good, because I'm not good with all of the characters in the game, but we're going to play through each and every one of them, and I'm going to show the match that I decided to record. We're not going to fish for the best one or anything, and it's going to show an accurate snapshot of quick matchmaking at this time in the game's development as well. Okay. All right, I'm excited. Also, I figured out how to get my little face in the bottom in OBS, and I'm pretty excited about that too. So let's go ahead and let's play some Abathur.
Logical decision.
Logical indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Garden Tower map yet again today. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. One of the most fun things about this series was keeping track in the comments. Someone who kept track the whole way through of my win-loss ratio. And I remember last year we started this out. Wow, just played this map. Same hero. Oh, okay. And I started out really bad. Like, I think I lost my first 6 games or something in the series. I want to start it off on a better note this time. We are gonna go for... we do have a Tracer. Let's go for a Carapace heal for Tracer. That hurt. This is going to allow us to keep her pretty healthy throughout the course of the match. Hopefully, she's a very good Tracer. We do have the Vala to fall back on. There are basically 2 builds for Abathur that are very popular right now. I've run some different ones. I'm kind of alone in that regard, though. There is the mine build, where you just litter the map with mines and you try to just completely make it so the enemy team has a really hard time roaming around. And then there's the build that focuses on buffing the attack speed of a particular character. So in our instance, it's going to be Tracer and Vala. We're just going to be putting our top hat on them, which is how we cast our spells. We're going to be putting this top hat on them and then trying our damnedest to just make them succeed in every team fight with this advantage. Now, it's very important when you're playing Abathur to body soak when nothing else is going on the map. But let's go ahead and give a top hat to our Tracer friend. There you go, Tracer friend. That was a good ultimate. Yes, it was. Oh, you cast that ultimate so well. The friendly team in today's match, before I forget, Tracer, Azmodan, Vala, Karazim, and me. I don't know why I forgot that there was someone else, but there is. We're not going to be very much help to our Azmodan, unfortunately. I mean, we can go in and we can give him shields and we can start him healing with the Carapace, but it won't actually buff his meaningful damage in any capacity. I guess that also is going to be determined by which build he actually goes for. It's also worth mentioning, when we do increase the attack speed of our allies, Karazim probably not a terrible target, because he's going to be able to attack more and then heal more to all of our allies in the area. But as of right now, we're just gonna sit around and do this. So there's 2 builds. One's a mine build, and you litter the map. The other one is purely focused on just steroids for your team in the early game, and then it switches over to like pure split pushing in the late game. And in a lot of ways, this is exactly what Abathur was doing a year ago. Some things have changed, though. I don't recall if it was exactly a year ago, or if my timeline is a little skewed, but there were some changes actually done to the ranged locusts of Abathur. In the past, they were actually able to outrange towers, and that is no longer the case. That was kind of taken back and kind of rebalanced a bit. Keep going in. Oh, it's okay, Tracer. We didn't need it. It's fine. We do have a Garden Terror pushing the bottom blade. I'm going to just try to stay up top, make sure we're getting this XP. Don't mind me, Asmodean. I never did anything to nobody, not me. The locusts, if you don't know, I guess I should probably explain my character, huh? The locusts are my trait that just periodically spawn, and they're going to just kind of slug out of my slug little body and make their way down the lane and start attacking things. If they get, I think it's a last hit, if they get a last hit, we do get XP. So as the game progresses, it becomes easier and easier to actually get that XP. Let's go ahead and help out our Asmodean. I think the enemy Asmodean is going for a laser build, because it seemed like he was healing there. No, actually. He was going for the dunk build, the old school dunk build that a lot of people don't think is good anymore. Can we heal up our Tracer just a little bit? I believe we can. The Carapace is going to be healing them and giving them that attack speed bonus. So we're a pretty good pseudo support player all of a sudden. Abathur still has the issue where he doesn't get credit for any of his healing, which is a little disheartening, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and increase our stab range. So our top hat is what we put on top of targets, and this allows me to cast these spells from the position of that target. So as Karazim was running down the lane, we had the top hat on him, and then we were able to use our new abilities that we acquire with this from the position of Karazim. So stab is our Q. It just kind of does some straight line skill shot damage. Very boring, very straightforward. Our W is an AoE, and then our E ability is that shield that I keep talking about. When we are out of the top hat state, all we can do is lay down mines and spawn slugs, and that is it, boys. That is it. We can kind of push lanes with the top hat, but it's going to be a little difficult this early in the game. So I like to focus on just making sure my allies are all right. About a year ago, or over the course of the last year, I would say, mine builds have become very popular. I don't really think they were used before that. I remember going to the European Championship and being blown away by an Abathur that was playing mine build and seeing how effective it was on maps with really, really small corridors, like Battlefield of Eternity, where there's all these little nooks and crannies that people are going to be walking down to get to the objective constantly. Abathur's really capable of going in there and really causing a lot of disruption with these just kind of set it and forget it style mines. Hopefully you can't hear my dog barking too much in the background. Before that, I don't really recall seeing it that often, and after those regionals, it just kind of exploded, and people use them all the time. It's not a build that I care for, especially on a big open map like this, where the enemy team has a ton of options for where they could be going, but it is definitely an effective map, or an effective build. The only time I would recommend going that, though, is, again, on those specific maps, and when you don't have allies that you can boost with your attack speed steroid. So if you're on a team full of mages, then I think it's totally fine to go a mine build, because it'll still be pretty effective. We're just going to keep pushing top here with the top hat. Now, Ultimate Evolution is pretty much the only heroic that people go on Abathur these days. In the past, I was a very big fan of Monstrosity, but there's a time and a place for it, and it seems like that time and place has come and gone. When Abathur used to build his entire kit around split pushing, which again was a very small minority of people that actually did that, I was one of them, then Monstrosity was okay. And he could still build up a decent amount of power. The Monstrosity could still get really, really strong. As it goes in and it last hits things, or things die nearby. I'm not too sure on which part of that mechanic. But as it goes in and it kills minions or whatever, it does get quite strong. And it can hit quite hard, to the point where, like, you could solo some heroes because they just don't expect the damage at all. But it's kind of hard to get yourself in that situation. There's a lot of build-up time, and while you're building up the Monstrosity, they can kind of just come kill you. So it's one of those things where, like, is it worth all of the effort that goes along with it? And in most cases, no, it's not. We're going to be horrified by the enemy team's Gul'dan, but we're going to be fine. If you want to go back in, you can. I got you. I got you. You could do some damage for sure. I think Karazim Abathur is actually really underrated. He's able to heal so much with the attack speed boost. And we're giving him more healing on top of his base healing. So it's like he becomes pretty durable, especially if you can't stun him. He could just kind of keep fighting forever. We do need to soak some XP in the middle lane. I was lacking a little bit on that. So we'll go ahead, we'll go up here, we'll kill that with some mines. We'll make sure our Tracer is staying healthy. There you go, baby girl. That's a pretty decent amount of healing. Now the healing on this was just buffed, and I think it was, again, very much needed. But it was like you don't get any recognition from it from your team. So if they don't actively see the shield on top of them, if they don't actively notice that, oh, you're being really helpful and you're giving them all of this stuff. We just actually blocked a skill shot from this Chromie. I'm going to go in pretty deep on this Chromie. I think we can get a lot of really good damage in here with our ultimate evolution, and I was correct. It definitely helps when the enemy team completely ignores you and lets you push right in. We almost got a kill on the Kerrigan as well. Wow, that was an effective ultimate evolution. Tracer, thank you for being in this game. Could you please land an ult? What is happening with these? What is... Okay, I mean, ults are hard. I get it. Now we're starting to transition into the late game. So we are going to start to focus on our split pushing our split pushing capabilities, and we're going to do this by means of bombard straight on our locusts, into locust brood, into we might go hive mind here just because we have 2 really good auto attack heroes, actually 3 really good auto attack heroes, and we could probably do a lot of good with that. But usually you would go for locust nest at level 20. And this is the part of the game where you start to pressure towers really, really hard. I should have been soaking more XP throughout the whole game. I will admit, I have not been doing that right. But now that we're transitioning into the late game, I could start to generate a ton of XP with just our new locusts alone. And as we continue to play through the game and these locusts keep getting stronger, it just becomes easier and easier to do. Let's make sure these guys are healthy as they're taking us over. One of the best things about Abathur, though, is just how he's always helping no matter where he is on the map. And I think that's a great feeling and a really rewarding playstyle. We do need to be a little careful with this Kerrigan moving in here. We're not going to be able to get the building, but I could definitely poke at these guys just a little bit. She's coming to look for me now, so we're going to leave. If she were to jump on me and I can dodge the stun, I could probably just disengage with the ultimate evolution, because it kind of drops your body, like you just kind of dig into the ground, and then you spawn a new body at the person you're making a copy of. So that does allow me to get away from certain situations like that. But it's going to be a little hard to do. I need to be mining more as well. Even though I'm not going for the mine build, putting those mines down in these choke points can definitely be helpful. We're going to go ahead and give the top hat to our Tracer player. Look at those mines already paying off. And I think it's time to make another Tracer copy. Here we go, boys. Oh, I was instantly feared and dead. All right, successful copy was successful. I was trying to give the top hat to Tracer there to help her get out of that situation. Wasn't quite able to. Walk on this mine. Walk on it. Oh, it wasn't enough. Put another one down there. Put another one down here. Can I burrow to it? Damn it. I wasn't going to let that go. I didn't want to let it go. That's all right, though. So not the best fight in the whole world, but we can go for the Locust Brood now, which gives us an activative ability to spawn in these locusts. When you're playing Abathur, you generate XP in a number of ways. If your top hat is in the area, that counts as a body, and you're able to soak XP with that. If your body is in the area, that counts as a body, and you're able to soak XP with that. And when your locusts get last hits, you generate XP as well. And when you're spawning this many locusts, and they have some pretty decent firepower, it becomes significantly easier to generate that XP. And this is where mine usually starts to ramp up. Because I'm not the best Abathur player, but I enjoy him a lot. He's really, really fun. Keeping an eye on the mini-map, we're just going to be looking at our team here. Let's go ahead and we'll burrow to middle, because that's starting to push into us a little bit. We want to top hat our... Oh, there we go. Top hatting our Arvala. We're going to keep her alive. I'm definitely going to go for the double top hat at level 20, because just helping out in these team fights is going to be so much easier. Let's spawn another Locust Strain. And keep healing up Arvala, who hasn't moved, and I really don't know what's going on. There you go. Welcome back. All right, we do see Kerrigan at the top of the screen. I think it is time. I want to make a copy. I really do. I just need to make sure it's at the right time, because that ultimate evolution does not last forever. Not even close. Now's the right time. Here we go. We're going to jump in on this Chromie. Chromie's already dead. Let's chase after this Asmodan then. I'm a little too far behind, but we can at least pressure these guys out for a decent amount of time. Rewind, break the life drain. And that just bought my team time to move in there and make sure we secured those seeds. Asmodan's a little caught out of position, so we're going to top at him. Hopefully he can just get out of here. Once that ultimate fades, she's not going to be able to do anywhere near as much damage. Yeah, he's going to be fine. And it feels good to have awareness over the map like that and being able to like directly help in every single altercation that goes on the map. Like, we saved that Asmodan's life. Or, you know, I like to think I did. I guess there's really no proof either way, but I like to think I saved that Asmodan's life. Let's try to push this back. Generate this XP here. I keep burrowing up to what I'm trying to push back. Arguably not the most effective way to do it. I'm just trying to get these locusts to spawn up here as well. We can go ahead and we can make another copy of someone if we wanted to. That's definitely an option. We just spotted Asmodan on the map over there, so I probably want to get away from the minions just a little bit. We have another locust brood coming out here to push the top lane. Asmodan is kind of countering my split push quite well, though. Let's get as much damage done to these towers as we can. To do that, we're going to make a copy of Asmodan, and we're just going to laser these things down. We're going to spawn as many minions in here as we possibly can. We're going to dunk in here really hard. Actually, probably not really hard at all, but I just picked Asmodan for the siege capability here. And that's another great reason to play Abathur. He just has the flexibility to meet just about every situation based on his team comp, too. In that particular scenario, I wanted to push a little bit harder, and I can make a copy of a character that could push a little bit harder. And again, I think that's pretty cool. Tyrande in the middle of the map in mid lane. Probably not going to be helping her team very much from that location. Let's go ahead and make sure Vala stays all right, and we are going to go for Hive Mind here so we can symbiote two targets. You can see the big top hat is over Vala, and a miniature one is over Asmodan. I believe it'll just go to the nearest person to my initial top hat, I'm pretty sure. You went pretty deep there, babe girl. All right, looks like she's gonna be okay. If you want to get some more shields out faster than you can with the default cooldown, just drop the top hat and then reapply it. Now we're healing both of these characters. Asmodan's getting that attack speed increase that is completely meaningful to him, and that was a pretty good game, team. That was a pretty good game. Feels good to start the A through Z off with a fucking win. Ping if you disagree. That Asmodan, he's diehard. Do you guys remember that video? Fuck. It's a long time ago. So, again, these are my thoughts on Abathur. That's how I think he's kind of evolved over the past year. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, my talents for today's episode: we went regenerative microbes into adrenal overload, into needle spine. Now, we could have picked a different talent here at level 7 if we really wanted to, but increasing our damage output with the top hat, not a bad idea. Ultimate evolution to make copies of Tracer to go in and deal that massive amount of damage. Man, we got some good kills with that. Bombard Strain, Locust Brood, and Hive Mind, because we had several people that would have benefited from the top hat on our team. All right, everybody. I know I don't play a perfect Abathur, but I have a lot of fun with him. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. The next character we are going to cover is my main man, Anubarak, and man, he's gotten some love recently. Can't wait to talk about him. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Sync in 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. We're doing something today that's very near and dear to my heart. About a year ago, I did a series where I played through every character in the game. It was the A through Z series. Fuck.